Good day, everyone. Our research study is entitled Breaking Barriers, the Career Paths of Women in Law Enforcement in Palo Leyte. Our SOPs: what influential aspects which limits the informants from promoting to leadership roles, and how these limitations affects throughout their career.
So let's move forward for the brief background of the study. This study is anchored on RA 9710 or the Philippine Magna Carta of Women, which ensures equal rights and protection for all Filipino women, including those in law enforcement. This SDGs provide comprehensive framework for addressing challenges and fostering an environment where women can thrive in law enforcement careers. It addresses a key research gap, the lack of longitudinal studies the career paths of female patrol officers during their first 5 years. And this study aims to show the real experiences across different agencies and help the readers to understand the challenges they face during their careers. And this study is beneficial to the following because it provides insights that can help improve policies and give more support for women in law enforcement.
Our research study is anchored with three theories. The role congruity theory. It explains on what are the prejudice women face in leadership roles due to perceived mismatch between traditional gender stereotypes and the traits associated with leadership. Second is the glass ceiling theory by Marilyn Loden, 1978. It describes the invisible barriers which prevents or hinders the women and other marginalized group in advancing to a higher level of position in a particular workplace or field such as in law enforcement. And lastly is the social role theory by Alice Igle, 1987. It explains on how societal expectations and cultural norms shapes the role and behavior of women and men in a particular workplace or field such as in law enforcement.
Moving on to the methodology of our study. So we employ a case study approach to deeply understand the career path or the career experiences of women in law enforcement. And for our informants, we come up into 15 informants, 6 from Philippine National Police, 2 from Bureau of Fire Protection, 7 from Bureau of Jail Management and Penology, who have served at least 2 years and have real experience in enforcing the law. And for our research instrument, a structured interview was used that allowed the informants to speak freely and naturally. And for the locale of our study, we conducted our study at Palo Leyte, Philippines, where women are experiencing are breaking barriers in a male-dominated field. So we choose this location to highlight the challenges, achievements, and how they are reshaping law enforcement from within.
So the next one is the interpretation of data. We have carefully analyzed the informant's answers and grouped similar ideas to identify the main themes. From this process, two major themes emerge. The first major theme, factors that limit promotion to leadership positions. This highlights the barriers that prevent informants from advancing in their careers. This includes seniority and time and grade requirements, changing promotion standards, limited access to training, and gender-based expectations that create unequal opportunities. The second theme, challenges experienced during their careers. This focuses on the struggles informants face in maintaining work-life balance and managing family responsibilities. It also emphasizes the importance of resilience and self-empowerment as they continue to overcome difficulties and remain motivated in their professional journey.
So in the key findings, the group con- conduct a three key findings. So the summarization of the three key findings is that shows that several factors limit police officers from getting promotions, like strict seniority and promotion and standards, lack of training, and gender bias. These barriers slow down career progress. Officers also face challenges. However, promoting fairness and professionalism, mentorship, and equal leadership training for both men and women can help everyone grow and succeed in their careers.
So for our conclusion and the recommendation, in conclusion, our study reveals that despite women's significant contributions to law enforcement, they still face systemic barriers hindering their career advancement. These include gender bias, lack of mentorship, work-life balance challenges, and limited access to specialist training. To address this, law enforcement agencies should establish clear objective promotion criteria, conduct regular audits, and invest in leadership development programs specifically designed for women. These programs should focus on skills such as strategic thinking, communication, and conflict resolution, ensuring they are accessible to women at all levels.
Next is continuing with our recommendation. This focuses on how law enforcement agencies can support women's career growth. First, they should implement policies that promote work-life balance, like flexible schedules, childcare support, and parental leave. This helps women manage both work and family responsibilities.
Following this, agencies should have a clear system for reporting gender bias and discrimination. Complaints must be taken seriously and investigated quickly so that respect and fairness are maintained. Lastly, leaders should promote exclusive leadership by listening to different perspectives, encouraging open communication, and giving women equal chances to join decision making. This will help break down the stereotypes and create a workplace where women feel respected and included.
Is the limitation. Our biggest constraint in our research was handling data from 15 women in law enforcement in Calooc Leyte, 7 from BJMP, 6 from PNP, and 2 from BFP. The volume of detailed responses made transcription and interpretation time-consuming and complex. Despite the challenge, it allowed us to capture a rich insights and meaningful patterns across diverse experiences.
So the reflection of the study is the future researchers can address small sample size limitation by narrowing their research focus and carefully selecting participants who are most relevant to the study. So this approach allows for deeper and more meaningful insights, ensuring that even fewer participants the results remain credible, comprehensive, and reliable.
That's all. Thank you for listening.